What is up, Core Addicts? In this video, I'm going to be discussing the top 10 things that I want to see in the next installment of the Grand Theft Auto series, GTA 6. Now, as most of you know, I never really make any GTA 6 related videos on this channel. That's just not my thing. But a lot of you guys have been asking me what I expect / want to see in this game we've been waiting over 10 years for at this point. And I figured I'd just make sort of like a wish list style video of the top 10 things that I want to see in GTA 6, which is probably the last GTA 6 related video we're going to see me post until we get an official announcement / trailer from Rockstar later this year or next year at this point. Now, obviously, there's a ton of info we already know based on the massive GTA 6 leak footage from about a year ago. However, while we know a decent amount of details, there's still a ton we don't know, and also what things are going to end up changing / adding before the final product is released. Most of it can be dramatically changed, some of it won't, we just don't know. So again, in this video, I'm going to discuss the top 10 things / features I want to see in GTA 6 and GTA 6 Online as well, without factoring in any of the stuff from the leaks, as again, most of that could change slightly or dramatically before the final product is released. Now, I'm guessing most of the features we already have in GTA 5 and GTA 5 Online are going to make their way into the game, plus a lot of things they've been experimenting with over the years and recent DLC updates for GTA 5 Online, so this is basically going to be building upon that. So, starting off with number 10, we have customizable watercraft, which is something we don't have in GTA 5 Online, so boats, jet skis, etc., and maybe even a way to trailer them to a boat ramp or something and drop them into the water, which we can sort of already do in GTA 5, but that only works with a boat / trailer you find from an AI driving around, and it doesn't really work all that well since you can't put the boat back on the trailer once it's off. But seeing as GTA 6 is set in Miami, Florida, which has a massive boat scene, I think this would be a very cool addition and make a lot of sense. Next up, on to number 9, we have the removal / no existence of speed boost tactics / glitches. So most of you may know, in GTA 5, there are a ton of different speed exploits in the game, like driving over curbs, bumpy roads, sidewalks, double clutching, etc. to make you go faster. And while some of these are fun, I just don't think they should be in GTA 6. And judging by how much Rockstar has tried fixing these speed boost methods over the years in GTA 5 Online with the handling flags and all that, I'm pretty sure they're going to be non-existent in GTA 6. Continuing to number 8, we have more of a variety of vehicle classes and possibly a tier system for racing within them. Currently in GTA 5, the vehicle classes are pretty basic. We have super, sports, off-road, etc. But for the next installment of the game, I think we need a hypercar class, modern muscle, classic muscle, sports sedans, regular sedans, you get the idea. Just more specific vehicle classes instead of the pretty basic ones we have now. And a tier system within them, which would make racing a lot more competitive and fun instead of the top 2 cars always being used in racing for each class, which gets pretty boring after a while. So for example, for a supercar race, the host would choose the supercar class and then set it to tier A, B, or C right under it, maybe even in a numbered form, possibly as well. I know it's not a racing game, obviously, but if you look at the massive racing community that we have in GTA 5 Online, and Rockstar has acknowledged how large this community is in the past, they're definitely going to have a much more organized and larger vehicle classing system than what we currently have in GTA 5 Online. Moving on to number 7, we have car dealerships by specific manufacturers or region where you can walk in and buy cars. So, for example, a benefactor dealership or a Grotti dealership, etc. Now that can be quite a large request considering how many manufacturers there are in GTA Online. So again, maybe car dealerships organized by region would be cool. So like an Italian car dealer, a German car dealer, British car dealer, etc. And I think the old Test Drive Unlimited 2 game from 2011 did a great job of this. And it seems very likely that we're going to get something involving dealerships for GTA 6 when you consider the functioning luxury autos and Simeon dealership we recently got. And I know some people say that dealerships are useless, but I find it so much less rewarding when you just buy a car off website, like if it was an Amazon item and it just appears in your garage. I'm not saying they should remove that. I think it's a nice convenience option, but maybe charge like a convenience or delivery fee or something like that for buying the car online versus going to the dealership yourself and buying it. That way there's more of an incentive to buy these cars at the dealership versus online, but also give people who don't want to go to a dealership and buy a car the option to just conveniently buy it online. Next up, on to number 6. So this one is a big request, but I'd like to see most, if not at least a good 80% of the buildings in GTA 6 to be enterable up to a certain point. Now, I don't expect these buildings to be completely modeled on the inside and all that. I just am hoping we can possibly just access the first floor or maybe the main lobby of most of these buildings. I think that would be really cool. And it would definitely add a lot more to explore in the game and also give us a lot more possibilities for missions, PvP battles, etc. Continuing to number 5, I would like to see the ability to buy mansions and larger houses in GTA 6 Online, because apparently I don't think that's going to happen in GTA 5 Online at this point. We've been wanting it for a while. The closest thing we have right now to owning a house was the stilt houses that came out a while ago, but they don't really feel all that special in the comparison to the apartments we already have, because they basically have the same garage and interior is a little better, but most of it is kind of the same. So a large mansion slash house with a nice large interior we can walk through and unique garages would be incredible for GTA 6. Maybe even more detailed customization for each house. For example, if we look at the game TDU2 I mentioned earlier, this game had the ability to change furniture, chairs, wallpaper, etc. back in 2011, which was pretty crazy. I think this is definitely something Rockstar can do in a game that's over a decade newer, but I guess we'll see. Moving on to number 4, we have Benny's level of customization or better for every single car in the game. So I think Rockstar has been getting better and better with customization over the years on certain cars. Benny's is a great example of that, and even the cars from the Tuners update a couple years ago, great customization. I strongly believe that car customization is going to be a big thing in GTA 6, and hopefully we get a lot of improvements that players have been wanting, like better wheel fitment with wide body options, the ability to raise suspension, not just the ability to lower it, maybe like engine swaps and stuff like that. There's definitely endless possibilities, and it's going to be interesting to see how crazy Rockstar gets with the car customization in GTA 6. For this one in particular, I do think it's going to be really good. Next up, on to number 3, we have more realistic looking cars. Now, over the years in GTA 5 Online, we've been getting better cars that look closer and closer to the real life counterparts, and while some people may not like this, I personally do. I feel it adds a lot more realism to the game, and especially when all the AI traffic is going to be updated in GTA 6, it's going to be a major improvement just to see such realistic looking cars driving around everywhere. Now, for those of you who say, well, why doesn't Rockstar just add in real brand car names instead? Now, that would be nice, but they technically can't do that in a world like GTA because most car manufacturers don't want their cars associated with the violence and criminal activities that take place in a game like GTA Online. It just wouldn't work. There would probably only be a small handful of car manufacturers that would say yes, and having like 5 car brands in the game, in my opinion, is actually worse than Rockstar just adding in any type of car they want, whenever they want, with some slight design differences from the real ones. Continuing to number 2, we have more details slash features in cars. So firstly, the obvious one, I really want to see most cars have exclusive interiors. Now, I don't expect every single car to have a unique interior in the game, but I do think that most cars shouldn't have their interior reused more than 2 or 3 times. I think that's pretty fair. Also, a speedometer in third person would be really nice, so we can actually see how fast we're going in various vehicles and not just in first person. And the next few are a bit more nitpicky, but maybe working mirrors would be nice. Also, maybe like a traction control on and off feature so we can have more fun with cars drifting and stuff like that. Maybe even a manual transmission setting option, which would make racing and events dramatically more competitive. There's a lot of things that we want to see in the game, but obviously it's not a dedicated car game, so some of these are a bit up in the air and questionable, but only time will tell. And lastly, on to number 1. This one is a real major one for me, and that's realistic speeds for all vehicles in the game. So no more supercars doing 120 miles an hour, Bugattis doing 125. This would not only make vehicles more fun, but also more challenging to drive and make the game more of an overall enjoyable experience, and not to mention a lot more competitive for racing, etc. Rockstar has already sort of started to experiment with this via the HSW upgrades on current gen consoles for GTA 5 Online, bringing cars to over 150 miles an hour or so. So I think it's very possible we're going to see realistic top speeds in GTA 6 with the inevitable larger map, etc. So there you guys have it. Those are the top 10 things that I personally want to see in GTA 6. There's probably another 10 plus things I'd like to see as well, but these 10 specific things to me are at the very top of my list. Obviously, I'm a car guy, so most of it is car related stuff. I know not everybody might want these specific things, but definitely let me know down below in the comments what things you would like to see added / featured in the game as well. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.